Westpac implements cash withdrawal limits. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because Westpac is limiting cash withdrawals for people. Now, we've, discussed the cash ban here on the channel a long time ago. Now, my issue with it was that the cash provides a safety net against potential negative interest rates or a central bank digital currency. It's something that you want to ensure is always there, that we always have the right to use and the ability to access. We also remember during the bushfires when good, hard-working Aussies were robbing petrol stations because they didn't have any cash. Now, I understand it's painful to use, it's frustrating, it's slow and inconvenient, and just tapping your card, beep, 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 is really easy. But you should always have at least some cash that you can have access to, even if it's only a couple of $100, to fill up the tank of petrol. Now it's more than a couple of hundred to fill up the tank of petrol, but you know what I mean, just in case. So let's have a look at this because, the banks don't want to handle cash because it costs money. It's much easier just to have digital infrastructure and move the digital dollars around. So, Westpac has unveiled major changes to how customers use their debit cards, enacting a $1,000 default cash withdrawal limit amid dwindling levels of cash withdrawals across the country. I can't even remember the last time I've withdrawn cash on an ATM. I'm trying to think. Last time I got money, I go into the bank. The major bank will also cap transaction limits at a default of $8,000 when selecting a credit payment. Currently, a customer's limit when tapping, inserting or making online payments with a debit card is their available balance. Customers will still be able to set default limits for cash withdrawals, so you'll be able to go in there and change it, which, sometimes you need to. I had to pay insurance fee. I needed to send money overseas, so I needed to up the limit to move the money around. You want to then lock it right back down. So if someone happens to get access to your funds, they'll need to do a lot of small little transactions that might flag an issue, hopefully. This comes after the Reserve Bank of Australia found on June 15th that there had been a sharp decline in cash transactions across the country. Most Australians now use cash infrequently. The RBA's Cash Use and Attitudes in Australia June 2023 bulletin read. Indeed, 72% of Australians were classed as low cash users in 2022, using cash for 20% or less of their in-person transactions compared with 50% in 2019. I think that's because a lot of us have gotten used to shopping online. How many people shop online now as opposed to a few years ago? I saw an interesting little YouTube video where it was the size of different social medias, different platforms, going from right back in the early days of MySpace and Friendster to now. And what was interesting was in 2019 and 2020, just how much YouTube of anything increased. And that showed you during the lockdowns how many people started getting online. The number of high cash users, Australians who use cash for 80% or more of their in-person transactions, now constitute only 7% of the country's population, half of what it was in 2019. US-based financial tech company FIS found Australians are among the lowest cash users in the world, beaten out only by Norwegians. In the survey of 40 countries, Australia was found to have the lowest cash usage in the Asia-Pacific region in 2022, with cash payments representing just 6% of point-of-sale transactions. There you go. This was followed by New Zealand at 7%, China at 8%, South Korea at 11%, who have all widely embraced electronic payment systems. Commonwealth Bank key cards have a withdrawal limit of $1,000, which can be changed up to a ceiling of $2,000, while ANZ and NAB have limits of $1,000 and $2,000 respectively. Under current federal legislation, all businesses must submit a threshold transaction report when providing a service that involves a transfer of $10,000 or the foreign currency equivalent. TTRs are enforced by the government to help detect and disrupt criminal and terrorist activities. Westpac customers will be able to change their debit card limit after August 20 on the Westpac app online, over the phone, or via visiting staff at a branch. So there you have it, guys. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this. The concern is, with regards to the cash ban that we discussed a few years ago, they wanted to limit how much you can actually use in a cash transaction, $10,000. Unfortunately, there was enough of a public outcry to address that. There were more people attending the Senate hearings and complaints and protesting about it than were actually at their inquiry into the validity of using cash. I suspect when this rolls around again and there's another push to limit cash transactions because they want everyone to use digital transactions, it will just, well, there won't be any opposition. I think more and more people will get used to not using cash at all, and they won't appreciate the reason we have it as a safety net and as a fallback. Well, there you go, guys. I mean, I can't complain. I barely use cash at all anymore. It's just I don't shop that much anymore, and when I do, just beep beep. Let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Check out HeiseBim or Heise Does. And if you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, you can support us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.